My name is Armando Troisi. I'm the lead cinematic designer on Mass Effect 2. The cinematic design process is pretty unique in the industry. We have a dedicated team that is really just concentrated on one thing: putting story in the game, interfacing the viewer, the player, with the writing in the most cinematic way possible, adding emotional elements, drama, lighting, color, all these things that invoke an emotional response. Ken Thane, who was the lead on Mass Effect 1, also a very well-known machinima person from a couple of years ago. He really started cinematic design here at BioWare in terms of being a new department and staffing it with machinima professionals. And I think right now we have close to maybe 16 or 17 staff in the cinematic design department. The overwhelming percentage of them are from the machinima community. For me, it's not so much the scene, but it's the totality of the story.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
I think, if you look at a scene individually, or if you see something that we've released for E3, you can look at it and go, wow, that's a fantastic scene. But it's really just when you spend a great deal of time with a character and you're asking them, about their history, and you're going on missions with them, and you're interacting with them and their life like, I think that is my favorite part of the story. It's, really immersing yourself in this gigantic world, and being friends with these virtual characters is, to me, one of the most amazing things that we can do.
That should be all the evidence you need.
I can't tell you how much what you said means to me.
One of the main things that we take care of is obviously the interactive conversations in the game. I did this whole interrogation sequence. You have to interrogate him to get some information out of him. Yeah, so this is just a little peek at our tools here. So you're Shepard, and it's really interesting because it's very interactive. So there's so many different ways in and out of this interrogation scene. You can use the interrupt system. You can rough the guy up. You can try to persuade him. You can tell your partner to be the good cop or the bad cop, and that kind of thing. This is kind of our own modifications to do a lot of cinematic work very quickly for Mass Effect 2. We have, obviously, this is the dialogue, and as you can see, it's got a lot of choices, very interactive, and it allows us to look at the shape of the narrative and how we can now add cameras, acting, and emotional content to it. We can see the scene playing out. We have lots of tools that allow us to do very cool stuff. We go about making a scene, shot for shot.
What the hell are you two?
So within our tools here, we can...
Bailey has nothing to do with this. We just want a few answers.
We can have control over acting. We can have control over lighting. So we can give him a red shade if we like. We can give him a very strong rim light. We can now start shaping our vision of the scene, hopefully trying to connect the audience to the intention of the writer. So it really ended up being a very complicated scene to do, but definitely worth it. And one of the things that we changed from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2 is we've actually evolved our philosophies, and we've evolved our systems to meet those philosophies. In Mass Effect 1, there was a tremendous amount of content. I believe we had 25,000 lines of dialogue that needed a digital acting pass, cameras, that kind of thing. And I think we were able to get through about 80% of it. The rest was taken over by procedural systems, which just added, some movement and picked cameras for it and all this kind of stuff. For Mass Effect 2, we've kind of thrown all that away, and we said, you know what? Everything's a special flower. Every second you spend with your crewmates has to be awesome, and we've really pushed the envelope in terms of making so many small moments in Mass Effect 2 that are, cumulatively are going to make you feel like you're connecting with the characters more. It's going to make you want to play more. It's going to be a fantastic experience.